Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to show you how to replace your motor mounts on your N20 powered F30 BMW. Here's why I want to replace the mounts. There's a lot of movement on that motor. So the method I want to use is supporting the engine with an engine brace and then trying to release the two nuts and go from underneath to pull the mounts out. So to start with, this engine cover has to come out. To get it out safely, you have to pull these vacuum lines off here, here, and here. And you can just lift up on it. For this part, I had to bore the tow hook out of my E90 actually. The tow hook that comes with this car is a little too huge. There's probably other ways to support it, but this is the easiest, and I'm using my tow hook out of an E90. You may want to grab one of those if you're doing this job. I'll be using a Harbor Freight engine support bar as well. So if you look right there, there's tons of clear access to that motor mount. I'm just going to go for the 16 mil on top using a long extension and possibly a swivel to get on there. So you'll be seeing me doing that from the front of the car, but I'm sticking my extension down on that. And honestly, it looks like there could be enough room to get it out just from the side here if I were to go underneath and remove those bolts. But of course, I wouldn't be able to get the engine high enough off of that stud. So I'd probably have to remove the mount right off the engine, the whole arm. We'll see. Yeah, so I have a swivel, 16, and a really long extension. Got that out, I'll try the other side now. There's the other one. All right, I'm gonna go underneath the car now and remove the under tray and see what we gotta do from under the car. You may get the Torx bolts that hold this mount in, so I'm gonna release those. They're E12s. So now if possible, I'm going to try to remove this mount from the block itself. Got another one right here. Just like that. I'm using a really short extension to get to the one up here. You can't really see it, but you can see where the extension's sticking out. I'm going from the front to get one over here with that same extension. That way we can lift up on this. Remove this. While I'm down here, I'll just put this nut on so that I can get it tightened from the top. It'll be much easier to get it started from down here. Over on the driver's side now. It appears as though I'm going to have to remove that charge pipe and undo the bolts from up here to be able to get that off the block. It's not going to be possible from down below, so I'll set the camera up here. So to get the charge pipe out, pop this line out, lift up on this clip, pop it off the throttle body, disconnect the map sensor, go underneath the car, and take off the clip that goes to the intercooler. So there's charge pipe remover. I just popped that clip out down below to be able to get it off. And on the bottom side here, there was that vacuum line going to the bottom of the pipe. That should come out of the way so you can get access to the bolts for the mount. So if you look there, I'm just going to be going after the 4 bolts that hold that mount on. Right there. There's 4 of them, and there's clear access now. All right, so I lifted that mount up off of it. I'll go down underneath and grab that mount from below. Bit of a tight squeeze to get it out, but it'll come out. I'm gonna go back up and get those bolts put back in from the top before I tighten things down here, just so that I have more range of motion on that bracket. So I'll be right back. All right, I got that bracket put back into place. I actually went below the car and tightened that mount first because it helped guide things into place properly. So it's probably better to do the 3 bolts from below. As you can see, I put that nut back on because it's going to be easier to tighten that with the charge pipe out of the way for now. To be able to get that bracket to bolt back to the block, I did have to lift on that about 3 or 4 turns to get the engine up so the bolts would just slide into place. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to tighten this up and then we're going to be ready to conclude. Not a bad job overall. You can get one of these engine stands for about 60 bucks from Harbor Freight. So there's some give on the motor still, but it's not like before. Alright guys, that'll conclude this video showing you how to replace some motor mounts on your F30 BMW with the N20 or N26 engine. If this is the first video you're catching on mine, please consider subscribing. If you liked it, please give it a like so it'll rank higher. Thanks for watching.